Mitchell is an elite scorer and should be brought back at all costs. Kelsey Mitchell is coming off the best season of her career, with career highs in points per game, 19.2, and field goal percentage, 46.8. And she capped it off with the first playoff appearance of her career. Mitchell waited 7 long years for her first taste of postseason basketball, exhibiting incredible patience and resilience, which deserve to be rewarded. With Caitlin Clark handling the playmaking, Mitchell can pick her spots and develop into an even more dangerous scorer. The Fever could then sign Natasha Howard, most recently of the Dallas Wings, to play the 4, draft Ajsa Sivka, a 6'3" 19-year-old Slovenian shooting sensation, and hope that their offense makes up for their defensive shortcomings. If the Fever choose to core Mitchell, she could make close to $250,000. Is she worth it? Yes. But, does the move make the most sense for the Fever? It depends. Last year, Lexi Hull was the Fever's best perimeter defender. She handled the toughest defensive assignments on the wing, while also being a reliable three-point scorer, which resulted in the best season of her pro career. Despite Hull's efforts, the Fever were second to last in defensive rating and opposition points per game. Imagine if, instead of bringing back Mitchell, the Fever decided to bring in new head coach Stephanie White's old acquaintances, the WNBA power couple of Dawana Borna and Alyssa Thomas. Hull could be moved to the guard position, while Alyssa Smith would come off the bench and get an advanced basketball education from some of the best forwards in the game. The Indiana Fever have made a pivotal decision regarding Kelsey Mitchell by designating her as a core player for the first time in her 7-year WNBA career. This designation grants the Fever exclusive negotiating rights with Mitchell, ensuring she remains a central figure in their roster. Mitchell, the number 2 overall pick in the 2018 draft, has been a consistent offensive force for the Fever, averaging 19.2 points per game in the 2024 season. Her performance, alongside Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, has established one of the league's most dynamic backcourts. The core designation not only secures Mitchell's presence but also guarantees her a supermax salary of approximately $249,000 for the 2025 season, reflecting the franchise's commitment to building a competitive team around its star players. This strategic move aligns with the Fever's broader efforts to enhance their competitiveness, including the construction of a $78 million practice facility in downtown Indianapolis, set to be ready for the 2027 WNBA season. Such investments underscore the organization's dedication to providing top-tier resources for its players. With over $650,000 in cap space, the Fever are well positioned to attract additional talent during free agency, aiming to complement their promising young roster and address key areas such as defensive improvements. The return of Kelly Krauskopf as president of basketball and business operations further signifies the franchise's intent to build a championship-contending team around its core players, leveraging her previous success and experience within the organization. In summary, the Indiana Fever's decision to designate Kelsey Mitchell as a core player, coupled with strategic investments and leadership appointments, demonstrates a clear and ambitious intent to strengthen the team's foundation and pursue greater success in the upcoming WNBA seasons. After some initial issues last season, the Indiana Fever made the playoffs for the first time since 2016, looking like a team on the way up. With over $650,000 in cap space, they can target some big names to continue to accelerate the organization's rise. The issue, though, is whether another star will be able to share the spotlight with Caitlin Clark, and whether there will be enough time on the court for other players to reach their potential. Last year, head coach Christy Side's rotations weren't particularly flexible, with Grace Berger and Victoria Saxton usually spending whole games on the bench. Berger played in only 11 games last season, while Saxton saw action in just 9 contests. It's evident that keeping the two in Indiana is stunting their growth. Unless something changes, it may be better for both sides if the players move on to where they'll be more appreciated. For the Fever, this would mean 2 additional roster spots, which may become crucial since the previous regime dug the team into a bit of a ditch. Their 2 highest earners are bench players, and because their contracts are protected, the financial flexibility of the Fever is limited. While Katie Lou Samuelson is a good locker room presence, the Fever could have an awesome veteran in Erica Wheeler, if they decide to bring back the unrestricted free agent for a much lower annual salary. Samuelson's on-court production in 2024 did not validate a salary that approaches the range paid to all-stars.